Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Crook County Board of County Commissioners work session meeting. Today is Wednesday, December the 31st, 2025. It's 9 o'clock a.m. We will start with a notice that there is a change in the agenda. We are eliminating item number 6 and item number 7. Do you want to elaborate on this a little more?
Yes. So, Commissioners, what you have on there is a placeholder I asked be put on the agenda in the expectation that we would get the financial assistance agreement from Oregon Health Authority by today. Yesterday afternoon, a message went out from OHA to expect that those documents will be distributed to counties next week. Also on the agenda is number 7, the local plan for behavioral health services. That's something which I think should be approved at the same time as the CFFA because they inform each other. So I've asked that both of those two items be removed, and hopefully we will be able to present them both next week.
Are you gonna send us those contracts when they come?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, I anticipate the CFFA will be a large contract, maybe 80 pages, maybe 100 pages.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. But that is a lot slimmer than it has been in years gone by because a lot of those terms have been sort of incorporated because they work with plan. So that hopefully CFFA will now be a slimmer document than before.
Okay. First, public comment. Anyone online want to comment? There isn't anybody in here to comment. Seeing none, we'll move right on into discussion items. Cheryl, oath of office.
Hey, for the record, I'm Cheryl Seeley, County Clerk, and I have a couple things. My first item is oaths of office for boards and committees. So in the past, I have kept, and I will continue, I keep this spreadsheet online. Well, it's on our county network. And it has who holds the positions and when they've taken their oath of office, when they were appointed, when their term expires. And I was looking through that because I have recently discovered that I also issue oaths of office to a lot of the special districts. Mm-hmm. And I actually had somebody come in and ask me where it said that I was the one that needed to give them the issue on the oath. And we got to looking and discovered that myself and one other county in Oregon are the only ones that give districts oaths. They let the district boards do it. So we're making some changes there. So I thought, well, I wonder how many of our boards and committees actually require an oath. And so anyway, I had Brian, our former assistant county counsel, look into it. And out of the list of the ones that I gave him to look at, the Ag Extension Service District Budget Committee, the Abatement of Dangerous Building Codes, which is the Appeals Committee, the Fair Board, the Housing Works Committee, and Taylor Grazing Committee. Planning Commission was also in that group I had him look at, but those do not require an oath. Planning Commission does not require an oath. However, I'm going to continue doing the Planning Commission oath just because I feel that it should now, and that's what Brian looked into. I will, before I eliminate it completely, I will reach out to each board and have them look in their bylaws.
I didn't expect this to happen. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I got it on silent. Sorry.
But I will have them look in their bylaws and see if it is something that their bylaws do require them to take an oath with me. I'm certainly happy to provide them with a blank oath and they can draft it, and at their first meeting, when that person is appointed, they can issue an oath there. That's what the special districts will be doing is they will.
Well, what about now? You don't have cemetery on here, but we
cemetery does, yeah, and that's an elected one, so that's different.
So that is different.
So you still that's an elected position,
okay,
and
so any of those you have to.
Yeah, well, I will work with them on doing that, whether I issue them or they issue them, their chair, whoever issues it to their other board member. So, because those special districts, I technically
so then what happens if the chair is the one that issues it? If the chair is elected,
then somebody else on the committee that an existing
member.
board member can
Okay,
give that. Yeah, and it's just something that we had discovered how difficult it is for a lot of these committee members, even, you know, to come in and take an oath of office. A lot of them, they get a letter saying that they know that they're supposed to take it, and I have a lot of them that never come in and take them. And I have a lot of the boards and committees that never check with me to see, did so-and-so come in and take their oath? So, you know, I'm filing away a lot of them that never took them. So that's what made me dig a little bit deeper too, to decide, is this something that we really should be doing? Or if we are, how come we're not enforcing it? And so anyway, that kind of led me to where we're at with that. So with a little bit further investigation with each committee, we will make sure that I do not have to issue them an oath. And if I do, I will. But as it looks right now, these 6, we will no longer issue oaths to.
I have a question, Cheryl. Are we, it's to my knowledge that we send them a letter when they are appointed to a board and committee, and I think that's where it says in the letter that they need to take an oath of office. Is that something that our office does?
That's in our past practices. That's always been, because I don't have contact information for any of these people.
All right.
So I don't send them anything. And even to follow up to say, hey, you didn't come in and take your oath, come take it. I don't have that. Because the applications and the contact information is there.
You collect the application and then you give them to that board. So it seems like.
To me, it's up to the board.
Seems like,
It is up to the
It's
board.
up to the board to send the letter of appointment?
I don't know. I mean, what is your thought, like on planning? What is your thought? Or do you just tell them, or do you send them? Or?
To me, since it is the Board of Commissioners that actually did the appointment, even though it was at the recommendation and whatever, to me, the letter still should come here to say, it was done at this meeting and, you know.
Gotcha.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I do that because I have not been doing
You are right, though. We're the ones that approve it.
Right. So anybody have any further questions or comments on
And
that?
I do, I think the planning commission should take an oath.
I think so too.
Because I feel it gives more gravity to what the position that they're taking and what they're, you know, they're looking at the future of Crook County. So that would be my 2 cents, is that I feel it just gives it a little bit more of a.
I had met with Will ahead of time on this, and he agreed with me too, that was an important one, that we should continue to administer oaths to that board. So
The more vested in the job.
I almost wonder too about the fair board, because they take the budget and all of that, I mean, and determine, I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
think about that and let me know, because if you want me to continue with the fair board, I can certainly do that.
It's not an
Just need to
elected
know.
position, but.
No.
Okay. Thank you, Cheryl.
More to come. The next one is our property recording alert service. So we actually put this on the website yesterday for rollout. It's technically the first of the year, but it's ready, so it's out there. So it is, and I have brochures, and I'll hand every one of you guys one of those. So it is a free service that our office is covering the cost of. It's wrapped in with our Helion software. Helion has created this program, and you will go in, there's a space on our website where you will go in, you'll click this link, it'll take you to all the disclaimers and explanations, and then you'll create a username and password, and then it will email you an explanation as to how you can sign up for this. So just because you created a username and password doesn't mean that you're automatically going to get alerts, because it needs to know what names you want it to monitor. So you'll have to go to the email link and then enter the names, and you can enter up to 10 different names that you want to monitor. And those names need to be exact. So if it is Susan and Susie records, it's not going to pick that up. So if you have a name that has, like Rob, Robert, Bob, Robbie, however you want to make sure you enter all of those different variations, and it will monitor. So anytime anything records in our office with that name on it, it's going to send an email alert to that person that has signed up for that. And then it will give them the basic information that our digital research room shows which is our index. So it's the type of document, a brief legal description, and the names on the document. And then if you want to actually see the document, it'll give you instructions on how to go about getting a copy of that. So it is not a fraud prevention. It is only an alert system. It is to alert you that something's recorded. You may know about it or you may not. And if you're not, and you want to check into it further and you find out or believe that it's fraudulent, you need to contact an attorney or seek legal advice as to how to proceed from there. So it doesn't prevent it, but it alerts you to it early on.
So it doesn't change the recording, it's still gonna be
still a record.
document once it's
Yes.
record, and so
Yes.
there's no time lapse that gives the
No.
person an opportunity to.
No,
Which is
it
too
is
bad, huh?
it is too bad. And there
It
is,
is too bad.
it is a court process in order to undo something that once it's been recorded in my office. That is something
If
that,
someone was looking up your name, so if someone was researching you, you're not gonna know that. You're
No.
only gonna know.
you're only going to know it when a document actually records with your name on it. Yeah. And that's something that the clerks have worked on. We have tried. We've worked with title companies. We've worked with different entities on how do we actually prevent it from getting recorded. But if somebody brings a document into me and it meets recording requirements, I have to record it. Even if I personally know that person and know they're not doing anything, I can't stop. I can't, So we screen those as best that we can, but it's just according to statutes. So there isn't a way that we have found in our office to prevent something from that. We've tried legislation where it has given us the option to not record something if we suspicion it's fraudulent, but that's a Pandora's box. That's a bad one. So, and it hasn't gone anywhere in legislation. It's been presented, but it hasn't gone anywhere. Yeah, I wish there was a prevention. There are companies that do have similar services, but then they also offer legal advice and things on how to remedy it. That is something that we can't do. We can't provide legal advice, but we can alert you that something's happened or potentially happened, and then it's up to that person to seek how to correct that, or whether it's a court case or what it is. So there's some different things that I've learned throughout some of my international conferences about some of the states and some of the court systems have some different processes. And I would like to see some of that happen in Oregon. We've talked about it through our legislative committee through the Oregon Association of County Clerks, but we haven't got far enough along through that conversation to see if that's something that, could end up being an easier fix in Oregon. Because right now it's an expensive fix. If there's a fraudulent document recorded, it's expensive and time consuming. So that's kind of where that's at, but it's rolled out. And
Well, thank you.
yeah, and anybody that doesn't have email, that doesn't want to, sign up for that way, they're more than welcome to come in. Our public terminal is in our lobby. They could come in every day and search their name or whatever name they want to search for and see if anything's recorded. That's always available. So, and our index is online too. They can actually search for it from home if they've got home computer access to our website. You can do that at home. You don't have to come in. If you come in, you can see the document on our system. If you search from home, you can't view it without paying for it. But it's there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Cheryl.
You're welcome.
Sean, you're the man of the hour.
Yes, good morning. I just wanted to take a moment to share with the Board of Commissioners some changes to the museum staff in our FTE. So a little background, June of this year, we had 2 full-time staff members, we had 2 extra help staff members, and we had a Saturday museum host. August, our museum host resigned, and then in September, one of our extra help staff members resigned. And so we did a little reshuffling, and we had one of our museum extra help was absolutely phenomenal. Her name is Becky Smith. And so we combined the extra help with the museum host, into a 30-hour admin clerk position. So this changes our FTE so that right now, this fiscal year, it's 2.47. Next year, it'll be 2.75. It does help the museum save some money on that extra help. We have about 0.61 FTE, which is about 24 hours of extra help on our books for this year that we can utilize, which we're still determining if we want to try to fill that or not, knowing we're going into more of our slower time. And then for next fiscal year, we're going to determine if we want to keep it. Depending on the budget, we might have to use that to help balance the budget. But basically those are our big changes to our FTEs. So just wanted to kind of let you guys know how the staffing is looking over at the museum. Any questions?
How are things going?
It's going well. The two staff members, Carter Bond, who's our other full-time staff member, is phenomenal, and Becky Smith is just special. She works the front desk. She does all the book sales, and community loves her. Our visitors love her. She's engaging. She's that ray of sunshine when you walk in. So she's doing really well. So between them, we're moving along. It's a solid team. Everyone likes to pitch in everywhere, which is nice to have that camaraderie of everyone just wants to see the museum succeed. So it's going really well. I'll say they definitely make work a lot of fun.
Okay.
So
Yeah. It's nice to have a bright, smiling face when you walk in the door.
And I heard people called me and told me that they really wanted Becky to stay, and
Yes.
and I know there was a point there where she might have had to leave, and I'm glad we got it worked out.
yes, she met a lot of the society board members at the fair, and just seeing her at the fair, interacting with the community, interacting with them, they all said, we have to do something to figure out how to keep her at the museum. And so that's when a lot of this reshuffling happened to make sure that she could stay. And it worked out, and she's just excelling. So she's a great asset.
I'm glad you could do that. I'm glad that she ended up staying. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Perfect. And thank you for everything you do. I think that you really, I know by going to your programs, it seems like they're very crowded now, and that is good.
Yes.
It's like we barely have enough space, but that's way better than having a lot of space.
Yes, we have a couple events coming up that we're like, we might have to find an alternate venue because we're at capacity. So it's nice to see the
Yes.
room filled, and
You have really grown it. You've done
Thank
a
you.
good job, Sean.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Very good. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
So we don't need any action or anything.
No.
This is just okay.
Just inform.
Okay, perfect.
Susan.
Oh, it is me now. Okay. All right, the wolf. So in the eastern part of the county, kind of almost a Crook/Grant County situation, we have a wolf, OR 183, and I've heard that she came out of Umatilla, and I've heard she came out of Union County. I'm not sure where she came from, but they had killed livestock up there, and she was an 18-month-old female. And she was supposedly, there's quite a few speculations of how she ended up in Crook County, but she ended up in Crook County. And when she becomes 22 months old in February, she will breed. So her purpose is to look for a mate. And she has ended up, she's with a big black wolf. She's met a big black wolf. And her game is she's only eating livestock. That's what she's eating. And so she came in and immediately had 2 kills. I have a very good feeling that she has been over at 2 ranches who don't take, let's just say, inventory of their stock real well. And I feel that she's been really working out there. But I can't remember, it was before Christmas, she took a herd of bred cows and ran them through fences and took down a 1,300-pound cow and killed it. She isn't scared at all. You can shoot over her and she just lays there. And basically the non-lethal stuff has not worked. So in my opinion, we have kids out there that are standing at a bus stop, and she is a public safety hazard. But again, she's on the west side of 395, which until there is a delisting, it is very hard to get U.S. Wildlife Services to declare her but they need to get rid of her. So long story short, this letter is to the senators and to U.S. Wildlife Services. If you don't know, HR, I want to say, was it 845? I think 840. Anyway, went to Congress and it was passed very narrowly. And it was the livestock and pet thing. And they delisted the wolf in all the states. But now it has to go to the Senate. So this is a way to ask for support that this get passed in the Senate. It needs to be passed desperately, because if you think Crook County's in trouble, Sierra Valley has had 103 kills and they are walking the streets of the town. And so we're bad, but we're not near as bad as down in Northern California. Walla County had 42 kills. It just goes on. And we need help because we don't raise these cows and keep these cows. These cows stay on the ranch for a minimum of 8 to 10 years. We don't do this to just stand there and watch them be killed. And so this is a cry to the Senate. Please delist them. The population, when they were considered endangered, the population of breeding has got up to where they're not in that point right now. And it's been the environmentalists that have done lawsuits. And I'm hoping that we can now get this delisted. So when we have a case of a wolf that is what she knows to do, that we can remove that threat and move on. And so this is what this letter, so I'm asking for a motion for the commissioners to sign this letter and to send it. We're going to send it to the governor, Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, U.S. Wildlife Services, and particularly our two senators, Merkley and Wyden.
Okay.
Are there any questions about this? I mean, this is pretty straightforward. It's just something that Eastern Oregon particularly needs done to protect our livestock.
Make a motion to approve a letter of support to the senators for delisting the wolves.
I second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any more discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Hermer guy.
Barney, aye. So moved.
Okay.
Thank you, Susan, for that.
Okay.
Letter to the Department of State Lands regarding data center project application request. So, some time ago, well, for quite a while, the city and the county has been looking at the property. The Division of State Lands owns about 318 acres that is adjacent to our airport. Over the years, we thought that would be good property for the city and the county to have, because it has, some value for the airport that is adjacent to it, and it would have value for the city and the water systems, tanks, and a few other things. Recently, but we didn't ever act on it, until recently the city sent in a letter and requested, I was interested in that property. And so we are fully in support of that. And we sent a letter of support for the city on them purchasing that property. Since that time, all of us received a letter from the Department of State Lands that has advised that there has been an additional application filed on that property, application APP 0065856. It's from a Delaware company, corporation, running under the name of Triangle Airport Land LLC, has filed an application to purchase that property. We have for a data center or the such, and I'm of mind and reviewing it, and I know that we all received that for a number of reasons. I don't think we can support it. In fact, I think we need to send a letter, which has been drafted by John, to oppose this application. I think it's real important property. It's got a lot to do on how the city continues to grow, how the county grows. It's critical that the airport still have property available for future growth. And we can't support, we've supported the city, so we don't want to support this. I understand from community development, John, the city has expressed their interest. And I guess there's several other reasons, but I think that we all understand what they are. So any questions or any more discussion?
I totally agree.
I'll just add that, so the city and EDCO have both sent letters, have sent or are sending letters of opposition in. The deadline is today, so our letter would need to go out today. Both the city's letter and EDCO's letter kind of have the same theme, that even though this is for a short-term demonstration project, kind of the path that it will put this property down might be irreversible, and it's that chunk of land is very important for industrial use that has high employment, and this use would not be that. Our letter is short and sweet, just basically states that this project doesn't make sense here. First of all, TFG land, and so they would need to do a full zone change. They would need to get incorporated into the city, and it might threaten our expansion of the airport. And we have been and remain in support of the city, and basically refers them back to our prior letter that was in support of the city.
Very good.
Thank you for writing that. I make a motion for the Board of Commissioners to sign the letter in opposition to application number APP0065856 from Prineville Airport Land LLC.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded. Authorize the board to sign. Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Hermer guy.
Barney, aye. So we'll sign that today. We have that, and then you ship that out.
I will
ship it off.
Yeah, I'll ship it out. Okay.
Perfect.
My computer died, so I'm out here in the air.
So now
Manager report, but there is none.
No, but a good thing I printed stuff off.
Basically, we're almost at the end. I think we have no manager.
We have no manager. Commissioner update.
Okay, I wanted to bring out something that I read yesterday, that in Rimrock Trails, they had an article about Brenda, who works for us, Brenda Ford, who is our community outreach specialist for the Crook County Library. And she has been volunteering with the teens in the adolescent residential treatment program for several months, bringing creativity, laughter, and connection to our youth. From painting and crafts to silly games and seasonal projects, each visit has been a highlight for everyone involved. And it was a very nice article with her picture, and she was quoted as saying, "Sometimes all someone needs is for another person to simply be kind." So that is my goal every day, to be kind and make someone smile. Life's too short not to stay warm, stay creative, and enjoy this beautiful season. So I want to thank Brenda for her continued work as our community outreach specialist. I know she also goes to our assisted living places and reads books with the residents. And I just think that this exemplifies excellent in our employees, and I just wanted to bring it out and share it. And I'm hoping, HR, you're on there, maybe I can give you this article and we can maybe send something to her. Thank you. And that's all I have, other than Happy New Year.
Great, thank you. I agree. So that, I don't have the commissioner update, so we have an executive session, so this will end our regular session. We'll come back in after the executive session.
You have a good New Year.
The Crook County Board of County Commissioners will now meet in executive session under ORS 1926602E to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing bodies to negotiate real property transactions. Representatives of the news media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on any of the deliberations during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decisions may be made in executive session. At the end of executive session, we will return to open session and welcome the audience back into the room. The Crook County Board of Commissioners will now leave executive session, ORS 1926602E, to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to negotiate real property transactions. Representatives of the news media and designated staff were allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience were asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media were specifically directed not to report on any of the deliberations during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decision was made in executive session. We are now returned to open session and welcome the audience back into the room.
Okay, don't rush the door. Rick, do you happen to have a motion that you sort of would like to see?
Yes. So what I think we might do is, based on the discussions in executive session, I have two motions to propose. The first is a motion to direct staff to inform the counterparty that the county approves the proposal as discussed in the executive session.
So moved.
Second. Motion's been made in second. Any further discussion?
No further discussion.
All in favor say aye.
From Rick, aye.
Barney, aye. So moved.
The second motion would be a motion to authorize the Board of Commissioners to sign the letters, provided that the counterparty does not propose different terms as discussed in the executive session.
So moved.
Second. Motion's been made in second. Any further discussion?
Oh,
Yeah.
let me try that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Brianna, I'm sorry, scrap that.
You go right ahead, I'm ready.
Well, do I first have to, since I moved it, do I first have to, Robert's Rule of Orders, do we nay it and then go on?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Or we'll do an amended?
Yeah,
Okay.
So second motion suggested. Motion to authorize the Board of Commissioners to sign the letters outside of a meeting, provided that the counterparty does not propose different terms as discussed in the executive session.
So move as amended.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion?
No discussion.
All in favor say aye.
From Rick, aye.
Barney, aye. So moved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. You almost blew it there. What the heck?
Motion to adjourn?
Oh, I make a motion to adjourn.
I second. Motion made, second adjourned, no discussion. All in favor say aye.
From Rick, aye.
Barney, aye.
You didn't let me tell, no discussion. I wanted to discuss it.